You aren't as important as you believe. The world will keep turning long after you're gone. Stop living for external validation, or you'll waste your life. In the grand scheme of things, no one is watching your every move. They're too focused on themselves. Time won't heal all wounds. Some will stay open no matter how hard you try to move on. Scars remain as painful reminders, and you'll have to live with them. The pain doesn't fade as much as you just learn to function alongside it. People will disappoint you, even those closest to you. They will fall short of your expectations, sometimes intentionally. You'll learn that placing others on a pedestal only leads to heartache. Expect less, and you won't be surprised. Money won't solve your problems. It can open doors, but it won't fix your internal battles. You'll still feel empty if you're broken on the inside. Financial success may relieve stress, but emotional scars are beyond the reach of wealth. Time slips through your fingers. You'll waste years chasing things that don't matter, only to realize too late how precious it was. By the time you understand what's truly valuable, much of your life will have already passed you by. People don't really care about your hardships. They're more concerned with how your struggles affect them. Expect sympathy but rarely understanding. You're ultimately alone in your battles, and no one will prioritize your pain over their convenience. No one is coming to save you. If you want something to change, you're the only one who can make it happen. Waiting for others to help will leave you stagnant. The more time you waste waiting for a savior, the further behind you'll fall in life. You'll lose friends as you age. Not everyone will be with you forever. People grow apart, change priorities, and drift away. No matter how much you try to hold on, some relationships are seasonal. Letting go is harder, but it's necessary. Regret is unavoidable, and it will weigh heavily on you. You'll replay moments where you wish you had chosen differently. The worst part is knowing you can't go back. Every missed opportunity or wrong decision will haunt you eventually. You'll outgrow people, places, and even dreams you once cherished. What was important to you in one phase of life may seem insignificant later. Your evolution means leaving behind parts of yourself that no longer serve who you're becoming. Life doesn't care about fairness. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. If you don't fight for what you want, you'll end up with what's left over. Expecting justice from life is a sure way to set yourself up for disappointment. People will remember you for how you made them feel, not what you accomplished. Your achievements fade from memory, but the emotions you evoke in others leave a lasting impact. At the end of your life, connections will outweigh accolades. Everyone has an agenda. Even those who seem genuine have their motives, whether they admit it or not. You can't always assume that people have your best interests at heart. Trust sparingly and always keep an eye out for hidden intentions. You'll never feel ready for life's toughest moments. Waiting until you feel prepared will only lead to missed opportunities. The truth is, you'll never be fully equipped for the hardest challenges. You just have to dive in and figure it out. Most people aren't thinking about you as much as you imagine. They're too caught up in their own lives. You waste energy worrying about how others perceive you, but in reality, they're focused on themselves. Free yourself from this mental prison. You can work your entire life, build something great, and lose it all in a moment. One bad decision, one twist of fate, and everything you've built can crumble. Life doesn't offer guarantees, and security is often an illusion. Staying in your comfort zone will rob you of growth. The more comfortable you become, the more stagnant you'll feel. While comfort may be tempting, it's a trap that leads to mediocrity. Life's best opportunities often lie just beyond discomfort. People will change their minds about you when you no longer serve their interests. Don't be shocked when loyalty disappears once you're no longer useful. Many relationships are transactional, and people will prioritize their needs over yours. To achieve true success, sacrifices must be made. Comfort, leisure, and even relationships will often need to be put aside. Success demands that you give up something valuable in order to gain something greater. It's a trade, and not an easy one. You won't value your health until you lose it. Youth tricks you into thinking you're invincible, but your body will eventually betray you. You'll wish you took better care of it, but by then, the damage may already be done. Health is fragile. Fear is more paralyzing than failure. Most of what holds you back comes from fear of the unknown, not actual risk. You'll regret more of what you didn't try because of fear than the things you did and failed at. Fear is the enemy of progress. At some point, you will betray yourself. You'll make a choice that goes against your values for convenience, comfort, or approval. It's a painful reality, but compromising your integrity happens when life's pressures outweigh your principles. Nothing lasts forever. Everything you cherish will either fade, break, or leave. Time erodes everything, and clinging to permanence is futile. Accepting that all things are temporary allows you to appreciate them while you have them. Your kindness will be taken for granted or mistaken for weakness. People will exploit your good nature if you're not careful. Protect yourself by setting boundaries. Not everyone deserves your generosity, and some will abuse it. Loving someone doesn't guarantee they'll love you back the way you want. You can give everything and still not be enough. Love is not a transaction, and there are no guarantees in relationships. Heartbreak is an inevitable part of love's risk. Failure is inevitable. No matter how hard you work, you will fall short at times. The key is not avoiding failure, but learning how to recover from it. Dwelling on failure will only keep you stuck. Move forward, adapt, and let failure fuel growth. Most relationships are based on mutual benefit. If you stop being useful, some people will lose interest. This may sound harsh, but it's reality. People tend to gravitate towards what serves them. Don't mistake convenience for genuine connection. The best years of your life often won't feel like it at the time. It's only in hindsight that you recognize those golden moments. You'll waste too much time in the present, worrying about the future, and miss the beauty of what's happening now. No matter how much you empathize, you'll never fully understand someone else's pain. Each person's struggles are uniquely their own, and the depth of their suffering is beyond your comprehension. Empathy helps, but it's never complete understanding. Complaining doesn't change anything. You may feel a brief sense of relief, but it won't lead to any real resolution. Action, not words, is what makes a difference. People listen to complaints but rarely take them seriously. Move beyond the words. People will judge you based on your lowest moments, not your best. Years of hard work can be overshadowed by a single mistake. Society is quick to label and slow to forgive. Your reputation can crumble faster than it was built. As you age, society starts to ignore you. The wisdom and experience you've accumulated hold little value in a world obsessed with youth. You'll feel invisible as you grow older, and that's a harsh reality many aren't prepared to face. Jealousy will destroy you from the inside out. It eats away at your peace, fueled by insecurities you haven't addressed. The more you compare yourself to others, the more you diminish your own worth. You can't grow if you're constantly envious. You will spend much of your life doing things that don't bring you happiness, often to satisfy others. Whether it's a career, relationships, or social obligations, life's demands can rob you of joy if you let them. Happiness requires hard choices. Your parents won't always be around. One day they'll be gone, and you'll realize how much you took them for granted. The conversations you put off, the time you didn't spend, it will all weigh on you when they're no longer there to turn to.